why Republican members even show up to this committee or to Congress when it's clear who's really in charge of the federal government right now, and that's Elon Musk. And at the beginning of this hearing, when we asked our Republican colleagues if we could bring Mr. Musk to this committee, Republicans ran cover for him. They want him hiding in the White House tweeting, and they voted unanimously that they didn't want to hear from Elon Musk. Supposedly, this committee is supposed to be about rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse. And I agree. So let's talk about waste, fraud, and abuse. The biggest fraud in U.S. government right now is Elon Musk pretending to care about efficiency when what he cares about is taking your taxpayer dollars, taking your Medicare, taking your Medicaid, taking your Social Security, and enriching himself and his billionaire buddies with it. The biggest abuse in the U.S. government.
Elon Musk is a baby billionaire, much like his co-president Donald Trump. Whenever he gets his little feelings hurt, he goes out, attacks, threatens, and throws a big temper tantrum. Right now, Elon's got a lot to be upset about. His Tesla stock is plummeting, so is his approval rating, and his best buddy Donald is really just kind of pushing him out of his role in Doge. So, Elon Musk is trying to make his anger our problem, and we clearly saw that in an interview he did last night on Fox, in which he was visibly depressed. And just having a breakdown, that was incredibly disturbing, even to Sean Hannity. In this interview that we are going to get into, because watching Elon be so sad just makes me feel so much better. But before we do, if I can quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way, and it really does mean a lot to me. Now, to give more context on why Elon is so upset, fortunately, we have to listen to a different interview on Fox, and that was Donald Trump, right here.
In what you've seen so far, do you consider what's happening an act of domestic political terrorism against one of your allies?
So Elon is a patriot, and again, I hardly knew Elon until the election. And he turned out that he liked me better than he liked these radical lunatics that were in it, better than Kamala, better than Joe, because he's an intelligent person. And he backed me, and he went, and he got very much involved. He thought, he actually would go around saying, if Trump doesn't win, our country is over.
But do you consider this an act of domestic terrorism?
I think.
So, obviously, no one should be lighting a Tesla on fire because, more often than not, they're likely to blow up on their own. Also, no one should be lighting any car on fire. But it's just so ridiculous for Donald Trump to cry domestic terrorism at what have largely been peaceful protests, when he actually pardoned domestic terrorists in the January 6th insurrection, 500 cop beating, January 6 insurrectionists. And now he wants to complain because Elon's getting protested for his swastika cars? No, I think that's pretty reasonable to happen. Neera Tanden last night made that exact point to Scott Jennings, one of the worst Trump stands out there, and he just absolutely exploded with anger. So, before we get to Elon's depressive state, I feel like we just have to watch that.
People ought to be put in jail and left there for a very long time and be taught a lesson.
So when they do it to a Tesla dealership, it's really bad. But when they do it to the halls of Congress, we should pardon them. Is that your position?
No, I've never. I don't
Are
support.
we okay with the January 6th pardons?
I know you haven't been around for a while, so let me educate you about my position about January the 6th.
I'm so sorry.
Let me educate you.
No, you don't need to patronize
No, you don't need to. You don't need to be condescending to me. So let me educate you about my position. You want to attack me? Let me finish it. Let me finish it. Let me finish it.
Let's do this January 6th and then Neera.
I'm sorry you're getting emotional.
Yeah, I'm sorry you're a condescending person who hasn't been paying attention to what I do.
Okay.
Stop, guys.
So here's the issue. I didn't support what happened on January the 6th and was one of the first Republicans to call it out. I don't support the pardons. I have repeatedly, just like my friend Ashley here, said that no violence in our political system is acceptable. But this right here, what's going on with a guy who helps our country, who runs successful companies, who doesn't have to be doing this, and now one of his companies is under systematic terroristic threat and violence all over the country, and people seem to be laughing about it or fine with it, it's outrageous. I've sat at this table and had people say, we should cut Elon Musk from the government totally. He rescued our astronauts today. Is that what we want? The treatment of this guy is outrageous. These people who are doing this need to be found, put in jail, and made an example of. That's my point.
Anyone who commits violence against Tesla or Congress or anyone else should be put in jail. 1,000%. But that should not stifle dissent or opposition from Elon Musk.
Give it a little lip service. Give it a little both sides. Go ahead.
So
John,
we're so both sides here. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to say that people are legitimately upset. They're legitimately upset at Elon Musk, and they're doing it on their own, but there is no reason to have violence in the country. But I just wish all of us would support criticism of, or would support punishing people who are violent wherever they are.
That just perfectly sums up the hypocrisy within MAGA on this issue, claiming that Elon Musk, the richest person in the history of the world, who is using the executive branch of government to do his bidding and make himself more money, is some sort of victim is absolutely nonsensical. But clearly that's how Elon sees it, because when he went on Fox last night, like I said, he was oh so sad, and surely a lot.
Yeah, it turns out when you take away people's, what the money they're receiving fraudulently, they get very upset, and they basically want to kill me because I'm stopping their fraud, and they want to hurt Tesla because we're stopping this terrible waste and corruption in the government. And well, I guess they're bad people. Bad people will do bad things.
This guy is just ridiculous and exaggerating, and the victimhood of MAGA is constant. It's incessant, but it's always so annoying. Like J.D. Vance is a perfect example. He goes to Munich to lecture all of Europe about free speech and then comes home and starts locking up and detaining people for speaking out against the Trump administration. Meanwhile, Donald Trump has hundreds of pending lawsuits against media companies for simply reporting the truth. It's absolute nonsense from them, and this idea that Elon Musk has done nothing wrong to receive criticism is ridiculous. Yesterday, he also said that he's shocked the Democratic Party, the party of empathy, is being mean to him. Yeah, because you're cutting off AIDS medicine to Africa, you're starving people at home in America, you're destroying our country, and our most essential services, of course. We're going to be upset with you. What a ridiculous notion. But Elon has a different view of things.
Really, we're just implementing the will of the people. And we've got this window where we can finally take corrective action, we can fix the government, fix the country, and create a great future. And again, that's only possible because of President Trump. Well, I can't say enough good things about him.
Know why Republican members even show up to this committee or to Congress when it's clear who's really in charge of the federal government right now, and that's Elon Musk. And at the beginning of this hearing, when we asked our Republican colleagues if we could bring Mr. Musk to this committee, Republicans ran cover for him. They want him hiding in the White House tweeting, and they voted unanimously that they didn't want to hear from Elon Musk. Supposedly, this committee is supposed to be about rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse, and I agree. So let's talk about waste, fraud, and abuse. The biggest fraud in U.S. government right now is Elon Musk pretending to care about efficiency when what he cares about is taking your taxpayer dollars, taking your Medicare, taking your Medicaid, taking your Social Security, and enriching himself and his billionaire buddies with it. The biggest abuse in the U.S. government right now is Elon Musk getting $154 billion richer since the election just a few months ago, while consolidating unprecedented power over your money and your government. Mr. Musk invested $227 million in Trump's election and is making billions off of it. That's waste. That's fraud. That's abuse. And speaking of waste, another waste is my House Republican colleagues showing up because they waste their time. They won't speak out about any of these abuses against working people and taxpayers. This is the Oversight Committee, and there are 17 independent inspectors general. They are watchdogs. They are the oversight arm of the federal government. And Trump and Musk illegally fired 17 of them, including a watchdog that was investigating one of Musk's companies. And what I've heard from House Republicans is either silence or defending that kind of behavior. You guys know that it's embarrassing and it's wrong, and that's why you voted to not have Musk here before us. Elon Musk is not doing anything to make government more efficient for working people. He's using his position to more efficiently raid your taxpayer dollars to enrich himself and his friends. I'm told that this hearing is about right-sizing government. So I propose that we start right-sizing our federal government by firing the most dangerous man in it, and that's Elon Musk. To protect our taxpayers, we should fire Elon Musk. To keep American Social Security numbers private, fire Elon Musk. To protect Medicare and Medicaid, fire Elon Musk. To save schools and our jobs, fire Elon Musk. And to protect the idea that American people have a government for the people and by the people, and not for the ultra-rich and by the ultra-rich, we must fire Elon Musk. Attacking working families is nothing new for him. Mr. Musk's biggest factory sits in my district. And the first thing I did after I was elected to Congress was to call for an OSHA investigation into the injuries and deaths of workers building that very factory. Those were investigations to be launched by the Department of Labor, where later today we're hearing that Musk's minions are going to go and maybe start shutting down parts of that key agency that is built to oversee big corporations and defend the interests of workers. Musk's companies, like Tesla, have been sued and found liable for many labor violations. Screwing over working people is just part of the game for him. He has been found liable for improperly giving not safety training to construction workers and withholding wages. OSHA fined Tesla for exposing workers to hazardous chemicals without proper training and monitoring. OSHA opened up investigation into deaths of workers at the Tesla Gigafactory in 2024. SpaceX, another one of Musk's companies, was found responsible for the deaths of one of their workers, Lonnie LeBlanc, due to head trauma that he got on the job. So now Musk has seemingly unlimited power to take advantage not just of his own employees, not just of American consumers, but of all Americans. Unlimited power to Americans' data. Unlimited power to choke off funding meant for Americans and the programs that people count on. Enough is enough. But thankfully, our country isn't one of Musk's companies. Our country is ours. A billionaire whose career is built on the abuse and exploitation of workers should not have unlimited power in this country. He should be before this committee. And when he comes before this committee, if somebody wants to do the right thing, all you got to do is turn on your mic and say, fire Elon Musk.
I'm tired of the victimhood from MAGA, and I'm really just tired more broadly of hearing from Elon Musk. But if we're going to do it, it's going to be when he's sad, because I'm happy to listen to Elon be sad. If you are as well, as always, you can stick around for more by hitting that subscribe button, leaving a like on this video, and if you stuck around to the end, and I hope you did to watch Sad Elon, you can drop a blue heart in the comments. Until next time, I'll see you soon.